Hello students, I'm Himani Sharma, your educator. I warmly welcome you all on this YouTube channel where we are going to discuss much and more about UGC NET. But what are we going to talk about in today's video? Let's just look at the topic. The topic for today is importance of paper 1 in qualifying for JRF, right? So at times I have seen students neglecting paper 1 and the 10 units that come along with that. They are like end ke mahine mein kar lenge, so on and so forth, but they do not know that how paper 1 helps to boost up your percentile if you are trying to target for qualifying for JRF, or even for that matter if you want to consider your NET examination, correct? So first of all, let's just get the basics cleared here, that what is UGC NET? UGC NET is an examination held by the NTA for the post of an assistant professor, or if you want to qualify for as a JRF, if you qualify, if you want to do your PhD anywhere in India. Right? So the exam pattern is set by NTA. I told you already that is the conducting and the governing body here, right? The paper that we are trying to talk about, UGC NET's entire paper, is divided into two sections, paper 1 and paper 2. If we try to talk about paper 1 is targeted for different units which are 10 in number, and the topic here that is generally considered is teaching and research aptitude. This is the name of the paper that NTA NET has provided it with. If we try to talk about paper 2, paper 2 is your master's ka subject in which you should have gained 55% of marks for general category and 50% marks for SC, ST, OBC, transgender, PWD category without rounding them off. Now, paper 2 is something, let's just say if I've done my master's in English literature, I will be sitting for the English literature NET examination, correct? So here that paper is subject specific in nature. What is the time window here if I want to sit for the NET examination? The whole duration here is 3 hours. Maximum of 3 hours is the duration here, correct? Now, these are the 10 units from which the paper 1, if I try to talk about namely teaching and research aptitude paper is named, right? So the 10 units that comprise here, the weightage basically is 5 questions roughly from each unit. So let's just look at the units here. Teaching aptitude, research aptitude, reading comprehension. So you cannot never ever neglect the comprehension skills. Communication, reasoning, which includes your maths as well. Logical reasoning, syllogism, so on and so forth. Data interpretation, where they can give you graphs, bars, charts, and you are supposed to interpret the data. So data interpretation में से तो 5 questions आते ही आते हैं. Information and communication technology related to your computer, right? Wi-Fi, what is web 1.0, 2.0, 3.0? What is the differentiation between LAN, MAN, PAN, etc.? People and environment, right? Different types of chemicals which are harming the environment, for that matter smog, right? Higher education system from the ancient times to the modern times, including the government schemes, etc., right? Different NEP 2020, if I want to put an emphasis on here, right? So 5 questions from each and every unit roughly is the weightage. But sometimes, now what have they done is that the examiner sometimes, let's just say, if they have asked 6 questions from research aptitude, they will ask 4 from teaching aptitude, right? So a little bit of, we can say, यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी disparity हो जाती है, but maximum times 5 questions from 5 units roughly are asked on an average. And these questions, how much marks? 1 question, 2 marks. Right? So if I try to talk about 5 questions each, that is 10 marks from each and every unit. You can score easily if you have enough practice for the same. So यहाँ पे we have 50 questions which are asked, and 100 marks are for the same. So basically, if you try to go through the UGC NET notification for paper 1, it says that paper 1 intends to evaluate your essential skills, that is in research and teaching. There are the other 10 units as well in total that we have talked about abhi. but majorly because you want to be an assistant professor by clearing your JRF, by clearing your NET examination, or you want to be the person who is doing his or her PhD, getting a stipend from the government with JRF, right? So JRF stands for Junior Research Fellowship, right? Junior research fellowship, where a student, if they acquire the maximum percentage of marks, right, in the NET examination, they clear with JRF, they get the financial support from the government, right, in the form of a stipend. Now the stipend for JRF has been increased from 31,000 to 37,000 per se, right? So you can get a stipend, that is your financial support, that the government is giving you money to do your PhD as well. So they want to mainly check that. They want to see how well do you do, how are your critical analytical skills as well. So they assess reasoning through the logical reasoning part. Comprehension, how well are you in reading and comprehending the information that is provided in front of you. We can think of comprehension ki bada easy hota hai, so on and so forth, but mind you, now they have started asking questions from comprehension as well, which are difficult. So you need to have, you need to be a person who is daily practicing at least one comprehension passage each and every day, so that they have a grip of the reading skills that are required for comprehending the questions, right? Divergent thinking and general awareness. General awareness may majorly, if we try to talk about, 3 units are incorporated. That is research aptitude ke current affairs, environment and higher education ke current affairs. So you need to be quite aware of these particular, if there are any developments in these 3 fields majorly, and other minor developments as well, correct? So that is being judged here. How you should be, what should be your strategy if you are targeting for your JRF with the paper 1 increment in your practice sessions. So first of all, regular practice is required. You need to be a person who is practicing the questions, especially the previous year question papers. I would not be able to put that much emphasis because you all will be knowing from your people, the people who have cleared or qualified their JRF as well. They will tell you that, ha, meri JRF ki paper 1 mein preparation was good enough. That's why my percentile was boosted. So I want you all to do the same for your own selves as well. And do not neglect or negate paper 1's preparation. It is equally, or as I would say that it is much and more important, because paper 2 अगर हम ध्यान से देखने की कोशिश करें, 60% of the paper 2 is knowable, guessable by the students. But if we try to talk about the 40% which is left, वो थोड़ी सी डिफिकल्ट होती है, थोड़ी नहीं, I would say it's quite difficult. But if we try to talk about these 10 units, you would have practiced a finite syllabus here, correct? Comprehension skills enhancement, practice each day one comprehension at least. You can appear for different mock tests. You can download the previous year question papers, buy books for the same. Diverse subject understanding, because you now will be understanding not just your subject specific area, but whatever is required out of you if you are the person who has qualified the NET or JRF examination. Here I am putting the emphasis on JRF because you want to earn the physical, financial support here. Consistent practice, current affairs update is required majorly in the 2 units, that is higher education, right, and environment. Expert guidance, mentor support, just like we are bringing these videos to you to make you guys aware, so you can, go through such videos to get the content and understanding of what is the pattern, how the things are going on in the question paper as well. So if you attain high score, there are maximum chances that you can qualify for your JRF and secure that stipend for your own self. Competitive advantage in research positions, because of the fact that majorly if you are going in any government interview, assistant professorship or for PhD, etc., the preference majorly is given to the candidates who have qualified with JRF. And your JRF will be the one only cleared if you would have given much and more importance to paper 1 की strategy के साथ boost करके scores को boost करना आपका रहा होगा. Only then you would be considered as a, only then you will be able to qualify for the JRF examination. Moving forward, paper 1 ki preparation mein what should be your strategy? I have tried to incorporate several pointers here. Holistic study approach. If you are studying some static content, let's just say the types of research, right? What is hypothesis? These are some things which are static in nature. But do not forget the practical or application, or the ones which keep on changing. So there are many research schemes which every year are introduced, many higher education governmental schemes. Same is the case for ICT as well, right? So you should be covering your subject in its entirety. That is the holistic, that is overall development should be there. Reliable study material, you should get the books, you should go through the online resources which are available, which are reliable in its nature, which are authentic in its nature, because of the fact that you are getting the right sort of information. This is how much you should be focusing on, and you are just focusing on that pattern, following your timetable. You should be making your timetable as well, right? Structured study plans and online resources. आजकल के time पे online resources as well do play a very, very important role, because you're going to download the papers from the NTA website, right? So that website contains different subjects, different papers for different years. Even if you try solving questions specifically after 2014, you will be able to get an understanding of the pattern, so to say. If I try to give you an example here, is that ameliorate and improve, both of them hold the same meaning. I would have given this example pehle bhi. Ameliorate here means improvisation. Now the examiners got a hold of that students are picking and choosing the keywords that we are putting for action research. They have started giving the synonyms. So you should be very well read, very well a person who is good in his or her comprehending skills, because you need to understand the synonyms or antonyms as well, right? Not just in the question, but in the reading comprehension passages as well. Sometimes questions are asked like that, right? Paper 1 is a vital gateway for your success, because it is going to boost your percentile. I will be putting an emphasis on this one as well here, because paper 2, infinite syllabus. Paper 1, finite 10 units, finite syllabus, only a little bit of effort would be in the field of making a timetable, doing practice, and be ready to chase any kind of current affairs that come on your way. It evaluates your aptitude and essential skills, because if you want to be a person who has, who's going to enroll for the PhD as well, you need to be aware for your research aptitude, right? You need to know what are the types, what is the hypothesis. You should not be the person starting from a scratch, but the teacher should be knowing that, yes, of course, if this person has qualified with JRF, he or she holds some sort of valuable information and is clear with the basics, correct? Encouragement, that is consistent preparation ke saath hi, you will be, as I told you, you need to make a proper timetable for the preparation of your paper 1, as if you are giving importance to your paper 2. I'm not saying you should be giving less importance to that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that equal importance should be given to paper 1 for the JRF as well. Subject specific and general awareness focus, as I already told you, be aware of the current affairs, be aware of the static content. If you keep on revising things as well, they make, some place here. You'll be easily able to recall. You can even use the highlighter strategies as well. You can make small pointers. You can use sticky notes for that matter to make your preparation much and more interesting. If I try to talk about what is the importance of paper 1 in qualifying JRF, right? So I hope this thing is, this video has motivated you in such preparation, where you from now onwards will not be neglecting this particular area known as paper 1, which stands for teaching and research aptitude, right? I hope to see you again in a new video. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye-bye.